Hello, this is Merhan Zeina. I'm here to talk to you about a level literacy intervention program for struggling readers that was created in 2006 by Fontes and Pinnell, a Hinman publishing company. It was created for struggling readers recognized as a Tier 3 students. This program can serve students from K through 12. It is created as an additional services for struggling students in a small group setting. It is fast-paced, and in the primary levels, the students are supposed to see the teacher, the interventionist, for 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week. It's about a 12 to 18 weeks intensive working on phonemic awareness, letters, and phonics. It's a 1-to-3 ratio. In the intermediate, you're supposed to serve students for 45 minutes, 5 days a week, for about 18 to 24 weeks, and the ratio is 1-to-4. It works on 36 novel study lessons for sustained reading for longer texts. I was trained in this program in 2012 when I was looking for a program that will help me support my students during guided reading, which meant I used it as a classroom teacher back then. Last year I was an interventionist, and even as an interventionist, I had to work with 5 students instead of 3 in my primary levels because we had so many struggling students and not enough interventionists. We pulled the students for 30 minutes. The first 10 lessons basically builds the love of reading, and then the lessons 11 through 70. The first day, it's again 30-minute lesson. The first 5 minutes works on reading familiar books, which works on past experiences, makes connections with students' lives and experiences, and it's a book that they already know. The environment should be safe because it's a small group and it doesn't have a lot of outside stimuli. Then 5 minutes phonemic awareness or phonics, which works on visuals using the left side of the brain and to recognize letters. In the next 15 minutes, a new book is introduced where the students can use the phonemic awareness / phonics that they have learned into the book that they just got introduced to. The next 5 minutes is letter work or word work. It's a I do, we do, you do. The next day, 5 minutes to assist one student at a time of the book that we've read yesterday, and while the other students are rereading familiar books. The assessment is to see if the students were able to retain information from the day before, and the other students that are not being assessed are rehearsing learning that they have done yet the day before also. And 5 minutes of phonics and word work, 6 minutes of writing about reading, which will help the students put information into event sequencing. And the last 5 minutes is independent leveled book reading time, where they can show what they have learned. LLI used the 3 phases of learning to read. The first stage is pictorial stage, the visual processing part of the brain that happens at the back of the brain, which scans the letters in the occipital lobe. Stage 2, phonological stage, the hearing process, which decodes letters into sounds in the temporal lobe, where auditory processing occurs. And the last stage is the orthographic stage, which helps the brain understand what they are seeing and hearing and make meaning of it and recognize words quickly and accurately in the frontal lobe. What I didn't know was that the upper grades or the intermediate levels needs to be a 45-minute block instead of a 30-minute block.